Saw you walking by today with the sunset in your eyes. I couldn't find the strength to say what was running through my mind. You couldn't help but notice me staring with that awkward smile from the other side of Thompson Street. I felt love for a little while, 'cause you looked beautiful in the sunset glow, in that sunset glow. You looked more beautiful than anyone I know, than anyone I know. You ended up falling for me, and to this day I don't know how. I think about it constantly. I promise I won't let you down. When I asked, you told me yes.
Our bridal party, please.
To be in mine forevermore. All I can offer is my best.
When I look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I call you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making you.
So, could I please ask everyone apart from our couple to please take their seats, please? Do you want to put your flowers down here and you're going to be facing this way? Layla's not doing the ceremony. Oh look, I've got a wasp already.
Oh,
Let's hope that they go away.
no, they weren't invited.
Right, so good afternoon everyone, and may I welcome you all to Quorn Grange, where we've gathered today to witness and celebrate the marriage of Alex and Katy. My name is Jamie Ball-Gamble, and to my right is Layla Bawazatan, and we are registrars for the Leicestershire Registration Service. And it's our pleasure and our privilege to be here today. Pat and Tracy are going to act as our witnesses today, and they're going to join you in signing your marriage schedule, which Layla has been preparing for you. For you both, getting married is confirmation of the love, respect and friendship that you have for one another. You found happiness and contentment in each other's company, and it's within this spirit that you've chosen to affirm your relationship with everybody here today. Do you want to shift around a little bit? I'm just thinking, you're not giving any of the pictures. There we go. So the first thing I need to do is check that everybody is at the right wedding and that we are. So, are you Alexander Malcolm Derek Stainton?
Yes, I am, yes.
And are you Katy Lee Wigston Johnson?
I am.
Fantastic. The place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages. I have to ask that if there's any person present who knows of any just cause or lawful impediment why this couple should not be joined in matrimony today, then they should declare it now, please. Silence. I think we're safe to continue. So, before we continue, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you're both about to make to each other. The law of this country allows two people to make the lifelong commitment of marriage. This legally binding union is to be entered into voluntarily and to the exclusion of all others. Furthermore, it is a union which will provide you both with love, friendship, help and support throughout your lives together. I'm now going to stop for a second. I'm going to invite Grace up. I feel like I can hear a wasp. To do her reading.
Right.
The wasp has gone.
If you live to be 100, I want to live to be 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live without you. Piglet sidled up to Pooh from behind. Pooh, he whispered. Yes, Piglet? Nothing, said Piglet, taking Pooh's hand. I just wanted to be sure of you. We'll be friends forever, won't we, Pooh? Asked Piglet. Even longer, Pooh answered. If ever there is tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you.
Thank you very much. Expertly read. Thank you, Grace. I'm now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that to the best of your knowledge and belief that there's no lawful reason why you should not be married to each other today. And these words are going to be repeated back to me, please. So Alex, I'm sure you're pleased to hear. You're going to go first throughout the ceremony.
Thank you.
So Katie gets to hear you say them all word perfect, I'm sure. So repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton.
Why I, Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Katy Lee Wigston
To
Johnson.
Katy Lee Wigston Johnson.
No pressure, Katie. Word perfect. So repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
You got there in the end, it's fine. That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Katy Lee Wigston Johnson.
Of why I, Katy Lee Wigston Johnson.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton.
To Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton.
Fantastic, both. Right. The vows you're about to make are a statement of the commitment that you're happy to make to one another today, and you should not be making these lightly. Marriage requires devotion, the ability to listen, the wisdom to know when we're wrong, and most importantly, the strength to put things right. A wedding is not only a public ceremony before witnesses confirming the love of two people, but it also offers each of you the security which comes from legally binding vows, sincerely made and faithfully kept. Right, I'm going to ask our two witnesses to come and stand up for this point. So I don't know if you want to come over a little bit this way, Casey. And then if we get one of you on each side,
Well, this way.
one of you can navigate that dress. Or you,
Am I going here?
Uh,
no, you're still all facing me.
oh,
That's it, yeah.
squeeze it.
There we go.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah, that's good. That's good there.
There, yeah. We will, it's fine. Right, I'm going to ask you two to stand and face each other for this part. So I'm going to ask you another question, and hopefully I'm going to get another positive answer from you both. So Alex, do you take Katy to be your wife, to be loving, faithful and loyal to her now and always?
Yes, I do.
And Katy, do you take Alex to be your husband, to be loving, faithful and loyal to him now and always?
Yes.
You've both stated that there's no lawful reason why you shouldn't be married to each other today. So now it's time for you to say the contracting words of your marriage. Alex, you get to go first again.
Thanks.
Repeat these words, but don't forget you're saying these ones to Katy this time.
Yep.
So, I call upon these persons,
I call upon these persons,
here present to witness,
here present to witness,
that I, Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton,
that I, Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Katy Lee Wigston Johnson,
Katy Lee Wigston Johnson,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for the rest of my life.
for the rest of my life.
Katy, your turn. I call upon these persons,
I call upon these persons,
here present to witness,
here present to witness,
that I, Katy Lee Wigston Johnson,
that I, Katy Lee Wigston Johnson,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton,
Alexander Malcolm Derrick Stainton,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for the rest of my life.
for the rest of my life.
Thank you. I think that deserves a round of applause, everybody. Thank you, ladies. You'll be back up again in a second, but you can take your seats for this part. Thank you. That's it for your legal words, you'll be pleased to hear.
Thank
Go on.
you, thank you.
So we now come to the exchange of wedding rings, which is the traditional way of sealing the marriage vows. It is an unbroken circle having no beginning and no end, and it symbolises unending and everlasting love. And it is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you're making to each other today. So Charlie, do you want to come up with the rings for me? So, Alex, do you want to get the ring that you've chosen for Katy?
Yep.
I'm going to stand to one side so you can get this.
Go on. It's stuck. Sorry.
That's right.
It has. Feel like enough.
All sorted?
Yes, sorry.
Right, so Alex, place it about halfway down, the third finger on Katy's left hand. Hold it there for me and say these words to Katy. Katy, I give you this ring
Katy, I give you this ring
as a reminder of the promises today,
as a reminder of the promises today,
as a symbol of our commitment,
as a symbol of our commitment,
and as a sign of my love.
and as a sign of my love.
And you go ahead and you can slide that all the way down for me.
There you go.
Perfect. Right, Katy, do you want to get the ring that you've chosen for Alex?
Yep.
Thank you, Charlie. You did a
Charlie.
super job.
Thank you.
So if you want to do the same thing for me, place it about
Yep.
halfway down that finger, hold it there,
Yep.
and say these words to Alex. Alex, I give you this ring
Alex, I give you this ring
as a reminder of the promises today,
as a reminder of the promises today,
as a symbol of our commitment,
as a symbol of our commitment,
and as a sign of my love.
and as a sign of our love.
And you go ahead and slide that all the way down for me.
Stuck.
Perfect. Any more photos of the rings?
Yeah.
Sorted? Right, I'm now going to invite our couple. They've written some words for each other, so I'm going to step aside and I'm going to hand you over to Alex.
Thanks. Katy, I promise to be with you. Sorry.
Do you want someone else to read them for you?
Yeah, if we could.
Can you
Who do you
want
want?
to do it?
Who are you going to pick? Me. Have you got a tissue? There we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Katy Lee Wigston Johnson, I promise to be with you until the end of time. I will always be beside your side, as you are always by my side. Through the good times and the bad times, I will love you forever. The only real love in my life was Leicester City until you came along.
Yeah.
After that, we have grown older and stronger together. So I am making this commitment to you now. I promise to you, always there will be always be there for you, thick and thin. Today is not only for this moment, but it is for the rest of our lives. I love you.
Thank you. You picked a good substitute. Right, Katy, are you going to get through yours?
Yes. I'm determined. It's a bit longer. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
It is. Alex, you came into my life at exactly the right time, when I wasn't looking for love, and yet when I needed your love the most. I'm forever grateful for your stubbornness that led you to securing our first date. We both know how indecisive I am, but if there's one decision in my life that I know is the right one, it's to spend the rest of my life with you. I'd choose you in 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality. I'd find you and I'd choose you because in my eyes you are perfect. We've made it this far because we have never given up on each other, and with our continued strength and dedication, I truly believe there is nothing we can't accomplish or overcome. I'm so proud of us, so proud of you, if only you knew your worth. Alex, as your wife, I promise to love you with the same determination and passion you've always shown me. I vow to support you and comfort you when times are hard, but also to laugh with you and celebrate with you on the better days. I promise to be faithful, patient, and to remain true to you. I will always honour your passion for Leicester City, wherever they are in the table. And I pledge to commit myself to our family and continue to build a strong and loving household for Charlie, Evie, and Teddy. I promise this all to you until I am no more, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, from this moment until my last.
Aren't you pleased we didn't do that whilst you were holding a ring?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's have that back just so
Thank
it's not on
you,
your
yep.
pictures. I'm sure
Super.
later on I'll hide that away for you. Right, so you have now said your declarations of marriage, and through them have made a solemn and binding contract to each other in my presence, that of our registrar today, your witnesses, and all of your invited guests. Your marriage is therefore recognised in law, and is the start of a new phase in both of your lives together. And it gives me very great pleasure to declare that you are now lawfully joined together as husband and wife, and you may share a kiss.
These presents don't really come for free. Your paycheck don't mean that much to me. Just take my hand and hold me tight. You'll never buy my love. You buy me this and you buy me that. So win over and me over. You got me wrong and that's a fact. Something that you got to know this. Will you realize when I'm wrong that I dance to a different love? Will you realize when I'm gone that I dance to a different song? It's a shame but I got to know.
Most of you know me, I'm Tracy, I'm Katie's mum, mother of the bride. And unaccustomed as I am as mother of the bride to making such speeches, I thought that I would get in touch with my old friend Google to advise me what I need to include. So, number one, thank the guests for attending. Yes! What wonderful guests we are. We've really scrubbed up well. We've sorted out our time, our travel arrangements. We've saved the date to be here to share this most special of days. Thank you, Alex and Katy, for giving us this opportunity to come and share your love, your wedding. Thank you. So number 2 in that list from Google said, talk about your daughter. Don't say anything embarrassing. And that bit was underlined. It's like they know us, Katy. So, Katy, our beautiful bride, second of my 3 gorgeous girls. Shout out to bridesmaid Georgia. And bridesmaid Grace. Katy, our gorgeous bride, was the angriest looking newborn I have ever seen. Happily, this was a short-lived phase, and I don't need to mention today how beautiful she looks, today and always. Katy. But having said that, Alex, you're not a bad-looking fella yourself, to be fair. They're a handsome couple, and they produce very handsome children. Shout out to Charlie, Evie and Teddy. But what makes me most proud to be Katy's mum is her resilience, her determination and her courage, her kindness and general good humour. She was always gutsy. She ran as soon as she could walk. As a child on a school trip to Aberglaslyn, it was Katy that launched herself first into the icy waters, really shaming the roughy-tufty lads to have to follow then my little yellow-haired girl. As a teenager, she learnt to scuba dive, launching herself into the murky depths of Stony Cove. You know, she was always tough. Of course, she's given birth, and I've seen this 3 times, to those glorious children with no fuss, just trusting that she could do it. And no pain relief. What the hell? So, do not be fooled by the glitz and the glam. Katy is a girl that can. She's a sunny optimist. She'll help you through your dark days and be ready to party when you're feeling better. She'll also cry at adverts, certain songs, historically weddings. But we know, of course, she's a marvellous mum, and she's a fiercely loyal and adored friend of our girls in blue today. Shout out to Team Bride. And of course, Kaya. There you've moved. Maid of honour, bestie for a very long time. We won't say how long, Kaya. We needn't do that. So, all in all, well done, Alex. You know, you've got yourself a first-rate wife there. Boy, done good. Which brings me back to Google. Number 3, acknowledge the spouse. That's you, Alex. You're a spouse. He's a husband. He's my son-in-law.
Well done, Tracy.
Mum done well. And I'm your mother-in-law. Jokes later. Okay, but I'm really chuffed about that. Alex, I'm really chuffed. Welcome legally to the family where you've been there on a level for many years now. To Alex.
Cheers. To Alex. Oh, dear.
Okay. Because Alex is a wonderful dad and a wonderful partner, and I know you'll look after my girl and my grandchildren, held tightly in the love they have for you. So, of course, Katy, in marrying Alex, you have signed a kind of contract with Leicester City Football Club. And I think there's lessons to be learned in being a Leicester fan that tie in with having a successful marriage. Okay? For better, for worse. There may be disagreements, you know, I'm thinking video assisted ref moments there. But stay on side, enjoy home games and aim to be top of the league through the ups and downs during injury, as much as lifting the silverware. Keep singing. Foxes never quit. So, finally, you'll be glad to know, Google advised me to make a wish for the happy couple. And as we all have witnessed your wedding, we've heard your vows through various means. Thank you, Pat. I'd like to suggest that as your family and your friends, we all promise to support your marriage and your family life, to be here for you always, and to party on with gusto on this very special day when you finally became Mr. and Mrs. Katy and Alex, look after each other, love always, always loved. Raise your glasses to Katy and Alex, our happy couple.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I'm glad I'm here to be asked to be best man out of 8 boys at his wedding. All I can say is I hope that you're all going to be as happy as we have been. And to be honest, you've done everything that you could do in your life to be where you are today. We know you've had a lot of medical problems with obviously in the early days he was like a bag of sugar. Honestly. When he was a baby, we used to bath him in the bowl. That's how big he was. You know. But I was in Italy when Michael was born. But I'm only glad that I'm here today to be his best man. He asked me at Christmas and I couldn't believe it. But love him to bits, and Katy, she sustains him now. I mean, at the end of the day. But with what I can say about him, his medical life has been poorly, but he's grown out of it. He had a reflux kidney in his early youth, and you know he's getting there, and I'm really pleased. But like I say, I hope you're both going to be very, very happy, because we are. We've got some lovely grandchildren, and like I say, welcome to our family. Yay. Cheers to them both. Cheers, Katy.
Right. Go on. I'm going to keep this short as I don't want to take up too much of your valuable drinking time today. But I do know there's a few things a bride and groom should say on their big day. So on behalf of my wife and I, here we go. First of all, we'd just like to thank you all for coming today. It means so much to us to have everyone we love and care about here to share our special day. We would also like to thank our parents for all the love and support, not just in the run-up to today, but always. Dad, thank you for being best man. You've always been there for us, and you always will be. Mum, you're the most selfish person we know. You always put everyone else first without thinking about yourself. We appreciate it. We love you. So let's raise a toast to Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad.
Next, I want to thank my new in-laws for not only giving me your blessing today, but for always making me feel so welcome in your family. Today wouldn't have been possible without you, so I just hope you know how grateful we are. Thank you to Tracy. She's probably surprised we got this far after the very first time we met. For those of you who don't know, that the day me and Katy had our first date was the day Freddie was born, Katy's nephew. Tracy came over to our table running on zero sleep, full of excitement, embarrassing Katy, and probably thought I'd run a mile, but luckily for Katy, she didn't scare me that easy. Wayne, thank you for welcoming me into the family. We share the same things in common, so it might have been easier, but thanks again, mate, for your blessing and making memories at football with us. So can we raise a glass to Tracy, Rod, Wayne and Jenny, please?
Thank you.
I know I said this would be short, but bear with me. Next, a big thank you to the bridesmaids for keeping Katy calm in the lead up to today, for being at her beck and call when she's having a meltdown over ice biscuits or hair accessories, or whenever she's been busy doing whatever she's been doing the last year or so. And an extra special thank you to Kaya, Katy's maid of honour. She's the reason Katy never calls me her soulmate. She loves you massively, so thank you for always being the best friend she could ever wish for. And my groomsmen, my brothers, all around the room.
There's one brother on every table.
If I told you a story about each of you, we'd be here till midnight. So I'll save you all from that and just say,
we need some drinking time.
so just say cheers for sharing such a special day with us. We really appreciate it. Let's have a glass to the groomsmen. And finally to Katy for not only being here today, but for always being by my side. As you all know, we've been together a very long time and created 3 beautiful children between us. Katy's always been there for me and them, so I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Katy. So if everyone can raise a glass to the beautiful bride and enjoy the rest of the day with us. Cheers.
Ladies
and gentlemen, make some noise for your bride and groom as we do that first dance.
Come over, I got an excuse. Might be holding your hand, but I'm holding it loose. Go to talk, then we choke. It's like our legs in our news. Avoid the obvious. We should be facing the truth. Start to think it could be fizzling out. Kinda shocked because I'm never really acting it out. Look into your eyes. Imagine life without you. Then the love kick starts again. It starts again. Then the love kick starts again. It starts again. Then the love kick starts again. The same old you, the same old me. I get bored and I get cold feet. Get high, get wondering eyes. Forget I never ever had it so sweet. Now realize where I go when I'm out of town. Deep down, you're my girl in a golden crown, and I don't wanna let you down. Oh no, no.
You want me to come over? I got an excuse. Might be holding your hand. focus like our necks in the noose. Avoid the obvious, we should be facing the truth.